Welcome to this evening's talk, or should I say teaching. The title of the talk is Into the Heart of Life, How to Put the Buddha's Teachings into Practical Use. The speaker is one of the most remarkable women of our time, Tenzin Palmo. This event is organized by the Amarjit Bhagwan Singh Charitable Trust at the Attic in collaboration with the Habitat Center, and with special thanks to Choki Palmo, our friend and colleague from Dharamsala, who is undergoing her own spiritual journey through her hard work and under her teacher Chantrul Rinpoche. I have personally been very much in awe of both meeting and inviting Jetsunma to give this talk and teaching ever since I read her biography by Vicky Mackenzie, a book called Cave in the Snow. For those who haven't read this biography, I'm going to give just a very short, brief sketch. Jetsunma Tenzin Palmo is a Tibetan Buddhist nun in the Drukpa lineage of the Kagyu school. She was born in England and realized at the age of 18 that she was a Buddhist. At the age of 20, she came to India and found her root Lama, her main teacher, the 8th Kamtrul Rinpoche. In 1964, she became only the second Western woman to be ordained as a novice nun in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. She received the name of Drukgyu Tenzin Palmo, or it always sounds awful in English, glorious lady who upholds the doctrine of the practice succession. This was the highest level of ordination currently available for women in the Tibetan tradition. In 1973, with the support of her teacher, she received the full Bhikshuni ordination and became the fully ordained female Buddhist monastic. She lived at Kamtrul Rinpoche's monastery, and I quote what she said about that experience. When I first came to India, I lived in a monastery with 100 monks. I was the only nun. I think that is why I eventually went to live in a cave. The monks were kind, and I had no problems of sexual harassment or troubles of that sort. But of course, I was unfortunately within a female form. They actually told me, they prayed that in my next life, I would have the good fortune to be reborn as a male, so that I could join in all the monastery's activities. In the meantime, they said, they didn't hold it too much against me. After 6 years, in 1976, Tenzin Palmo left the monastery to go into retreat, where she would have to undergo intensive spiritual practice for a period of 15 years. She chose for herself a cave above the Lahul Valley, measuring 10 feet by 6 feet. And she lived there alone for 12 years, growing her own food and practicing deep meditation. In accordance with protocol, she never lay down. She slept in a traditional wooden meditation box in a meditative posture for just 3 hours a night. The last 3 years were spent in complete isolation. She survived temperatures of minus 35 degrees centigrade and snow for 6 to 8 months in the year. She was unable to complete her full time for visa reasons, and she had to leave India and travel to Italy in 1998. She spent several years teaching and fundraising for a new Buddhist nunnery. In the year 2000, the Dongyu Gatsa Ling nunnery was set up in Tashijong near Dharamsala to train and educate women from Tibet and the Himalayan border regions. This nunnery, Tenzin Palmo's, plans to re-establish the extinct lineage of Togdenma, a Drukpa Kagyu yogini order. In 2008, Tenzin Palmo was conferred the title of Jetsunma, Reverend Lady, in recognition of her spiritual achievements as a nun and her efforts in promoting the status of female practitioners in Tibetan Buddhism. The books that she has written and ones that have been written about her, the one that you're going to hear now, the teachings, Into the Heart of Life, her biography by Vicki McKenzie, Cave in the Snow, Reflections on a Mountain Lake. These are her teachings in practical Buddhism. And I end this introduction by quoting a review of the book by Sulcim Alioni, the author of A Feeding Your Demons.